2018 is half over, and while it just seems to have flown by, the calendar doesn't lie. And for those of us that watch the real estate market, it's time to take a quick look at what has happened and is happening in Abbotsford and Mission. In this 5-minute video, we're going to spend the first minute on an overview of Fraser Valley Real Estate Board as a whole, and then do a slightly more in-depth analysis of Abbotsford and Mission. The quick overview will apply generally to our specific area, but I think those numbers could be a bit deceiving without further exploration. For the Fraser Valley, June saw overall inventory increases of 30%. The number of sales dropped by 43.5%, and 52% were either condos or townhouses, a further confirmation of the trend away from single-family home ownership towards strata living. These numbers are showing that more favorable times for house buyers will soon be here.
Despite the significant drop in sales, our housing price index overall continues to be on the rise. 9% for single-family housing, townhouses are up 19.5%, and apartments a whopping 39.5% from the same month last year. Abbotsford numbers vary a bit, with single-family housing increasing 12%, townhouses up 27.4%, and apartments up 46%. The number of sales were down, however, 47% for single family, 25% townhouse, and 38% for apartments. These numbers, as mentioned before, are all compared to those of June 2017. Mission is very similar, with increases in the benchmark price of 13% for single family, 20% for townhouses, and 41% for apartments. The sales were down from last year a whopping 59.2% for single family, and the number of sales of townhouses and condos is quite a bit smaller, with only 8 and 7 respectively. As mentioned earlier, those numbers can at first glance be deceptive and maybe a bit scary. Many may be wondering, is our market poised to crash? We can clear this picture up quite a bit when we factor in some other information. Some really fun stuff, like ratios, but those combined with a bit of analysis, it'll show us a lot more about the real estate market. So this ratio, expressed another way, is a measurement of how much demand there is compared to our levels of inventory. For Abbotsford single-family dwellings, there were 97 sales compared to 386 listings, a ratio of 25%. This means we have about a 4-month supply of houses. This is the picture of a well-balanced market. Anything more than 5 months supply would begin to be a buyer's market. So for now, we're a pretty good spot if you're a seller, and not too bad if you're buying because of a better selection. In our townhouse market, there were 41 sales and 141 active listings. That's a ratio of 33%, or about 3.5 months supply, which is representative of a seller's market. Condos or apartments, we see 79 sales as compared to 252 active listings, a 31% ratio, and a little better than a 3-month supply. As an aside, the condo townhouse market represents 55% of our market. Looking at Mission, there does not appear to be enough data to compare the townhouse and apartment markets, so we'll assume the average to hold true there as well. However, in the single-family side of things, we had 35 sales as compared to 211 active listings. The resulting ratio of 16.5% is solidly in a balanced market, with a bit more than 6 months supply. However, the massive 59% drop in sales is looming overhead. Is that an anomaly or a harbinger of things to come? Despite some radical decreases in the number of sales, the majority of our market still seems to be favoring the seller's side than it does the buyer. We are going into what is traditionally a slower time for the market, so it will be interesting to see how things will look in the fall. Will we see the downward trends continue? Time will show us the results soon enough, but if you wish to make a move today, our best advice is to consult with your realtor. They will have information specific to your circumstance and be able to offer you the best advice. Or if you need a realtor, we happily offer you our 34 years of experience in helping people navigate all sorts of markets. Just give us a call. Thanks for viewing. See you next time.